Welcome to Tales by Lazarus. Comment your thoughts and subscribe to my channel. The camera pans over a sprawling compound in the heart of Lagos. Inside the luxurious sitting room, a man stands by the window, staring into space. His eyes are empty, his face unshaven. Once, he had everything: wealth, influence, a beautiful wife. But now, he stood in silence, betrayed by the one person he trusted the most. Just 2 weeks earlier, the same man had walked into his bedroom to find his wife in a heated phone conversation. She had looked startled, flustered. "Who were you talking to?" he asked, voice low but firm. "Why are you always suspicious of me?" she snapped defensively. But it wasn't suspicion. It was instinct. He had hired a private investigator. The report was brutal: she had been cheating, and worse, she had leaked company secrets to a business rival. "The woman I gave everything, gave me betrayal in return," he whispered to himself. A knock at the kitchen door echoed through the house. A new maid stood there, shy, respectful, but with a quiet confidence in her step. She was overqualified for the job. Her file showed she was a university graduate who had been job hunting unsuccessfully for years. Now she worked to support her sick mother. "Good morning, sir," she said. He looked up briefly and replied, "Just keep to yourself. I don't like noise." He barely looked at her. But she noticed the heaviness in his eyes. She began her work quietly, cleaning carefully, cooking his meals just the way he liked, placing gentle notes like "eat something" served under his untouched breakfast tray. She never intruded, never asked questions. He began noticing her soft humming, the way she stepped lightly, how she filled his glass when he forgot to drink water. She doesn't ask. She doesn't beg. She just sees me, he thought. One evening, he walked into the garden and saw her trimming the flowers. "You like flowers?" he asked, startling himself by speaking. "My mother used to say they listen when no one else does," she replied with a small smile. And they talked, really talked. She told him about her mother's illness, how she had graduated with honors, how she kept applying for jobs that never came. For the first time in weeks, he smiled. The following weekend, his mother and 2 aunties visited without notice. As they walked into the living room and saw the maid serving juice, their eyes flared with disapproval. "Michael, what is this girl still doing here?" "A maid is now sitting like a queen," one said. "You need a proper woman, not this house girl," his mother added coldly. He said nothing. The maid lowered her eyes and quietly exited the room. That night, he went to her room. She was folding laundry, her eyes slightly red. "I'm sorry about what they said," he began. "They don't know you, but I do." "It's okay, sir," she said, forcing a smile. "I know my place." "No," he said, touching her hand for the first time. "You are more than what they see." They began doing things together. He helped her carry groceries. They cooked and laughed in the kitchen. He began paying her mother's medical bills anonymously. She read to him in the evenings. The bond that formed between them was quiet but strong, built on trust and mutual respect. One afternoon, his mother returned, this time with a lawyer she had handpicked. "You can't be serious about that maid," she said firmly. "Let the world say what it wants." "I know what I feel," he responded without hesitation. "This is a phase, nothing more," the lawyer whispered to his mother. But he knew it wasn't. That night, the maid began packing her things. "I can't stay, sir. I've overstayed my welcome." "Your family, they'll never accept me," she said tearfully. Do you love me?" he asked. She nodded. "Yes. But love isn't enough for people like me." She walked out of the mansion with her small box. He didn't stop her, not because he didn't want to, but because he didn't know how. 2 weeks later, he sat in his office, distracted. A call came through: her mother had collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. Without thinking, he covered all the medical bills. He showed up at the hospital. Why are you here?" she asked, shocked. Because I let the best thing that ever happened to me walk away. But not again, he said. He knelt in front of her. I'm not asking you to be my maid. I'm asking you to be my wife. The next time she entered his mansion, she was no longer dressed in uniform. She wore confidence and grace. His mother stood up, ashamed. I judged you wrongly. Forgive me, she said. We all make mistakes. What matters is what we do after them, the maid replied. Their wedding was modest but beautiful, held in a quiet village with drums, dancing, and the smiles of people who truly cared. He looked at her and knew, this wasn't just love. This was healing. She didn't just take care of me, she healed what money could not, he whispered as they danced. They opened a foundation named after her mother. It provided jobs and training for underprivileged women across Nigeria. A new hospital wing bore the name, the Grace Foundation, for the ones the world forgot. Every life has value. Sometimes, it just needs a chance to shine, she said during the opening. True love sees beyond status. Healing doesn't always come in the form of therapy or medicine, sometimes, it comes from the gentleness of an unexpected heart. Status may open doors, but character builds homes.